Application Support Center of the Students Financing Scheme for the academic year 2021-22. Launching at the center at Ndeje University, the Executive Director, Higher Education Students Financing Board, Michael Wanyama, said that this will ease access to higher education services, and 6 billion shillings has been allocated to support the new cohort of students' loans beneficiaries. These are the details.
Government, through the Higher Education Students Financing Board, has allocated 6 billion shillings to support 1,500 new cohort of students' loans beneficiaries and over 100 continuing students in this academic year. The Executive Director, Higher Education Students Financing Board, Michael Wanyama, said this at Ndeje University during the launch of the Online Loan Application Support Center.
It has been simplified that once you register and start the process, you can easily save and start from where you stopped anytime when you are able to resume. If you open our website, you'll just see the word apply now. At the moment you click on that, it's a simple process. We have made it so easy and simple for any applicant, step by step.
Wanyama, however, urged students to provide accurate information.
Don't ask for any money, or we don't have any agents whatsoever. This process is free, loans are free, apart from application fee of 53,000, which you pay through the bank.
Ndeje University Vice Chancellor Professor Elia Blugujo says there is urgent need for government to consider including students pursuing diplomas and degrees in arts.
Government, of course, has done its part, but I think they should first of all increase the funding and at the same time widen the spectrum of the disciplines to be covered.
It really helped me so much, and it's not easy to pay more than 25 million to study at the university. Apparently I'm graduating in December and with a bachelor's degree in civil engineering.
Robert Bwaita, Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
Uganda is set to receive another batch of COVID-19 vaccines and other equipment from the Egyptian government in the month's time. The support was announced by the Egyptian Minister of Health, Hala Zaid, and says the COVID-19 support to Uganda is in the spirit of African brotherhood. The minister, who is in Uganda, announced the support while inaugurating Afri-Egypt Medical Center in Jinja.
In the upscale outskirts of Jinja City is a newly constructed and organized structure. The facility is a housing state-of-the-art medical equipment for Afri-Egypt Medical Center.
The hallmark of our center is the state-of-the-art radiology diagnostic center with high-end equipments. Some of it are for the first time present in Uganda. Some are for early detection of disease and especially of cancer. All equipments are, and I'll be happy if you all just have a look around all these equipments, because they are really state-of-the-art equipments, and all are powered and maintained as well as always upgraded by General Electric Healthcare Company. Afri-Egypt Health Services Center is the first step of our...
The hospital is not for profit making, but a facility geared towards strengthening the already existing relationship between Uganda and Egypt.
Extend his vision to support the African countries where when he was the head of African Union in 2019. Let me also tell you this is the start point for cooperation between Egypt and Uganda on the ground.
During the inauguration, the Egyptian Minister for Health, Hala Zaid, said despite this health facility, Egypt is going to support Uganda with COVID-19 vaccines.
After the pandemic, we learned a lot of lessons, so we try to improve our capacity and our especially in terms of vaccination. So now Egypt producing 100% of needs from coronavirus vaccine, and with cooperation with Sinovac China, and now we contracted with Sinovac to enable us to export the vaccine to different African countries. So from now we can support the different African countries, and especially, and we will start with Uganda with the vaccine of COVID-19.
The Ugandan State Minister for Health, Hanifa Kaoya, and the State Minister for Foreign Affairs, John Mulimba, welcomed the development, saying the facility will help in supplementing government's efforts in health service delivery.
The availability of Egyptian pharmaceuticals with their quality and affordable prices. We are very grateful that at least the prices so far are affordable, and we want to encourage that we continue. I would like, on behalf of the government of Uganda, to extend our gratitude to the Egyptian government for the cordial relationship that has existed for quite a long time.
Uganda has a very conducive environment for your private investment, and we encourage private investment, especially in areas of health, education, agriculture, ICT, among others. So when we see the Arab Republic of Egypt investing in health, we feel excited. That's an opportunity for Ugandans.
Egypt and Uganda have for long enjoyed an unbroken relationship and support to each other, including study exchange programs, military exchange programs, environment, health, and political benefits. Philip Aguta, UBC News in Jinja.
Vivo Energy Uganda unveiled a campaign geared at educating motorists to make informed decisions about motor vehicle maintenance and the choice of lubricants. The campaign will entail a series of countrywide auto clinics offering professional car diagnosis and expert tips on car maintenance from credible and reputable authorities.
It is a campaign, like we've said. We are in need to educate our customers. Uganda is relatively a young market when it comes to, customers understanding the technicalities around how motor engines work. We want to demystify that, so it is going to, take a while. We are still in infancy, so it's going to be quite some time when we do this.
Unfortunately, many motorists do not know the specifications of the proper lubricants to use for their vehicles. Many of them depend on mechanics, and sometimes the mechanics normally will let the consumer use the cheaper option, for example. So all these vehicles have oils that are lubricants that are specified for their vehicles.
If you do not use the right oil, definitely your car is going to break down prematurely, because we talked about a lot of heat being generated inside the engine. We talked about dirt, carbon deposits being formed on critical engine parts. So if you don't use the right oil, so most definitely you risk that car you bought a lot of money.
The Executive Director, National Bureau of Non-Governmental Organizations, Stephen Okello, has advised the management of Gate of Hope Education Center to consider elevating the status of the organization into an NGO in order to end the contestation of ownership. This follows the controversy of possession of the Chenjojo District Best Civil Society Organization, which attracted the attention of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who directed State House Anti-Corruption Unit to intervene in the matter. About 1 billion shillings worth of property of Gate of Hope Education Center risks being taken over by an individual in Chenjojo District.
In Chenjojo District, through providing free education services. In 2007, when she first came to Uganda, Honorata Waswaska, a Polish, envisioned to establish a civil society organization in Chenjojo District.
There are hundreds of people who can testify how we have started. And the things went wrong. We don't know why.
Honorata, in support of her husband, Piotr Wasowski, and few other stakeholders succeeded in changing the face of the vulnerable in Chenjojo District through providing free education services and other related activities under their umbrella body, Gate of Hope Education Center, which was registered as a civil society organization in Uganda. To date, about 6 schools offering lower secondary and vocational studies have been established, with thousands benefiting from the project.
That this matter is not only about the ownership, that They are Muzungus, they want to own the organization. No, it's a community-based organization. And the assets belong to the executive committee. They belong to the organization.
The foreign duo entrusted a one Ugandan Kemigisa Lilian to take care of the organization and facilitate its growth to attain its objectives. Kemigisa allegedly started acting to the contrary by extorting money from the parents, yet the learners were fully sponsored. Kemigisa went ahead and registered some of the schools under her names, and by the time of her arrest, Kemigisa had initiated the process of incorporating the organization into her own company, including land and motor vehicles.
Otherwise, the file we have, it reads Lilian Kemigisha as the owner of this school. A copy of the file is here.
The matter reached the table of President Yoweri Museveni, who asked the State House Anti-Corruption Unit, led by Colonel Edith Nakalima, to investigate the loopholes, which also led to the arrest of Kemigisa Lilian recently.
They have also been intimidating and threatening the donors, which is a criminal case once proved. So if there is evidence, there will be another case of threatening violence. But I am not the one who decides the charges, but that it's not acceptable anywhere to threaten someone and intimidate them.
Nakalima and some other stakeholders visited the location of Gate of Hope Education Center to ascertain the facts and forge a way forward for the embattled organization, which has invested over 1 billion to the vulnerable in Chenjojo district.
But again, we want to promise that we shall do everything possible, because that is the work that His Excellency the President gave us, and he actually supervises our work himself, so we cannot joke.
Due to the magnitude of investments by the Gate of Hope Education Center, a civil society organization, the Executive Director of the National Bureau for Non-Government Organizations, Stephen Okello, advised the management to consider revising the status of the organization to an NGO and be able to fully harmonize its operations rather than being limited by the conditions of a community-based organization.
A CBO legally is not incorporated, meaning that it's not a body corporate. It cannot acquire property, it cannot do anything. Now the question is, where has all the property been going? Because you cannot put it in the names of the organization.
It should be remembered that the alleged Kemigisa Lilian was remanded to Chigo Prison by KCCA Magistrates Court on charges of obtaining registration by false pretense, theft and conspiracy to defraud. She returns to court on 20th October 2021. Daniel Mugoya, UBC News.
And that takes us for a short commercial break. We'll be back with more lunchtime news after these messages. Stay tuned.
You know, you could just buy a new smartphone from anywhere in Uganda. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate their 100% double data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles for 3 months. Better yet, you automatically receive free 1 GB valid for 30 days. You are hooked already, aren't you? Enjoy 100% double data bonus from Airtel. Buy a smartphone from anywhere in Uganda and insert an Airtel SIM card. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Dial *175 hash and select your preferred bundle to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Airtel, the smartphone network.
away so we can get closer to the normal way of life. Echa COVID-19 chija kugwa.
I smile when I think of you, Uganda, my home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda, my home. Oh, my Uganda.
I know with you I'll always stay forever. I know. On my heart, mommy, oh my Uganda.
Hey, mama. At MTN, we look forward to starting another exciting journey together to grow our home, Uganda.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field couldn't be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Connect your home online with MTN WakaNet Max, a fast and reliable home internet solution to power your streaming, gaming, online classes, work, and CCTV security cameras. The MTN WakaNet Max Starter Kit comes with a free 4G router, SIM card, and 35 GB bundle with no validity, all at 245,000 Uganda shillings. Visit any MTN service center to sign up.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Beyond Beauty Parlor and Spa, your beautification destination. We believe in suitable beauty. We offer pedicure and manicure, makeup, hairstyling, plating, weaving, dreadlocks, massage, waxing, facial and body scrub, name it. We also offer additional services like honeymoon packages, hiring venues, and vehicles for brides and grooms. Training interns from different beauty schools. We are located on Uganda House, ground floor 5. Call to book for your appointment on 0702 645 015 or 0414 696 229. You can WhatsApp us on 0752 645 005. Email us beyondbeautyparlor@yahoo.com.
I smile when I think of you, Uganda, my home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda, my home. Oh, my Uganda.
I know with you I'll always stay forever. I know, because
to starting another exciting journey together to grow our home, Uganda.
Welcome back. It's still the lunchtime news and it's now time for business. In the world of business, women have been encouraged to leverage on technology to penetrate the growing digital economy. This call was made by the Chief Executive Officer of High People Initiative at a function of awarding the best female financial technology innovators. We take a look.
To achieve fundamental financial inclusion in the dynamic digital economy, all stakeholders have the role to play in promoting digital literacy and financial-related innovations. Without leaving anyone behind, women are advised to utilize financial technologies to expand their scope of participation.
Introducing women-led teams to new and emerging tools and technologies that are available to help them create inclusive and instant payment solutions that can ably serve the poor affordably.
It's allowing them to think and innovate independently, and that's allowing them to be revolutionary. In many instances, women have brilliant ideas, but they are shut down or cut off at the knees.
In the Women FinTech Hackathon competition of 2021, several women groups developed digital financial solutions to support different sectors of the economy. Those with the brilliant ideas are to be supported in localizing the initiatives.
As to entry and scale have been listed today for women in financial inclusion. And I think a lot of the solutions can be summed up in a couple of things. One would be enabling access, creating a platform through which they can simply plug in and have access to all these mobile money networks, all these banking networks, not only within Uganda, not only within the confines of their domestic environment, but across borders, being able to speak to and sell services to customers in multiple countries across the world.
The gender gap in fintech's leadership limits diversity in financial services and the scarcity of women across the wider tech sector.
Develop efficient solutions. Ideally, the developers should be half women, half men. That's when you develop efficient systems. And if you think about it, a lot of the solutions that are being developed, especially now, if we think about this process of going through a hackathon to make sure that we have young brains who are properly skilled and trained to be involved in the development of technology, we get a pipeline of women who are then qualified to actually develop this technology.
For a lot of these businesses, for a lot of these women, capital is a huge pain point. And so making it a lot cheaper for them to plug into all these different connections and speak to all these mobile money users is definitely a key win.
Among the competitors, 6 women groups emerged with the super financial technology innovations qualified for more funding in influencing financial inclusion. Abdul Nasili Lubwama, UBC News.
And now on the international scene, North Korea has fired a suspected submarine-launched ballistic missile into the waters off the coast of Japan. Pyongyang unveiled the missile in January, describing it as the world's most powerful weapon. It comes weeks after South Korea unveiled a similar weapon of its own. North Korea has carried out a flurry of missile tests in recent weeks, including what it claimed were hypersonic and long-range weapons. Some of these tests violate strict international sanctions, and the country is specifically prohibited by the United Nations from testing ballistic missiles as well as nuclear weapons. The UN considers ballistic missiles to be more threatening than cruise missiles because they carry more powerful payloads and have larger and longer ranges and can fly faster. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said one missile had been launched from the port of Sinpo in the east of North Korea, where Pyongyang usually bases its submarines. It landed in the East Sea, also known as the Sea of Japan. sports. Uganda Breweries Limited has added a major financial boost of 1 billion shillings as a reward to the players and supports StarTimes Uganda Premier League, which is the main source of players to the national football team, the Cranes. Amongabo with a report.
Milton Carissa, taken with style, taken with some style. Milton Carissa.
There is no better motivation to a football player than awarding his efforts. Uganda Premier League players will be rewarded at every game, selecting the best players, as well as the monthly awards for both the coach and player that excels. A 1 billion shilling sponsorship package by Uganda Breweries under its brand Pilsner will cater for this. Fans have equally been considered in the package, where one will win after